technical overview of the indices this week. So I'm doing a mid-week wrap up, how things stand right now. So this is the DAX. You might have seen this on Twitter. I had a few retweets and likes and stuff yesterday, but essentially there was a diagonal break, which I noticed, and it did fall quite heavily. We're coming up to test the resistance on the pitchfork on the H1. So 13756. If we were to draw a line there, we see we're still below the dragon. So the bearish dragon is essentially a diagonal break with a higher high, you see, and that's the high. So yeah, keep an eye on that level. These are your supports, which are a long way down. So yeah, it's worth checking the sentiment on this as well. So let's go to H4, see how that looks. So we've broken the pitchfork, which is bearish, and we're below the diagonal, which is bearish, and we've got a bearish harmonic. So yeah, like you want to check your retail sentiment on this. You'd find out if it's a buy or a sell, and that would really help. Perhaps if we zoom out. So that's how that diagonal is calculated from 2019 August, 2019 December. We're below that diagonal, so zoom in again, and that's how that's generated. So yeah, it's bearish technically, but like I keep saying, check the sentiment, and then 13788 is your resistance. So do the FTSE, same sort of pattern. It's a diagonal break again. That would have been your sell point there, so it tumbled. And now this is the shift channel, so it's above that. So keep an eye on 7440. That channel is calculated from that high, so we get a low support. So you've got resistance here, 7483, 7496. It could break the pitchfork, and we're within the channel now. So that's H1. Go to H4. Descending pitchfork, and so we've got resistance 7470. Found support on that. That's the 38.2. This is 50%. That's your median line. That's 61.8. So I found some support on that. It's descending pitchfork, as I say, but it could break. See how we can make a triangle there? So perhaps we're going to get a triangle break on the FTSE. There we go. And then these aren't ideal drawing tools on the MetaTrader, but you see how it forms that triangle there. So we could be getting a break. So potentially. So keep an eye on that 7470. US 30, same diagonal break, which would be bearish. We've got descending pitchfork, but we've broken the pitchfork within an ascending channel. And these are resistance, and we've got support. So at a high level, quick glance, Zoop calculates the support and resistance. So you can see there's more supports than there are resistance just by looking at those figures there. So yeah, it's the same sort of pattern, isn't it? Forming bearish dragon to diagonal break with a higher high. So it'd be bearish below, but we have broken the pitchfork. So that's interesting. H4. I don't know what the H4 looks like on any of these. I've not seen them yet. And it's doing a similar thing to the DAX, where it's broken a diagonal. No, it hasn't broken the diagonal, but it's broken the pitchfork. So that's how that pitchfork's made. So the H4 looks a bit strange, really, but we are within this channel. See the dotted lines. So up, and we're above that channel. So keep an eye on 29309, 29048. Buy dips on this because the sentiment is a buy. US 500, S&P, hourly, hasn't got a dragon. It's bullish, which is interesting. I'd have to zoom out for that. There it is, A, B, C, D. That would have been your buy at that point. Zoom in again. So it's interesting it hasn't got a bearish dragon. It's actually a bullish sequence on the hourly. Ascending channel, This would be your support to buy. And see how that's calculated from the dotted line. So it's 38.2, 61.8, 50%. That's your median line. That's your median line on the main pitchfork. So resistance here, supports. It didn't even come down to test the support. It just bounced 23.6 there. So you could probably do a bit more of a sell-off in order to buy, but that's just something that happens. So that's just a wrap up of the four major indices, and I'm going to do the FX pairs now, and that video will be a little bit longer because there's a few more things to cover. But hopefully it helps. So yeah, keep an eye on the sentiment, and you'll know whether or not it's a buy or a sell. It's quite easy, and also the confirmation over time as well, as that's the key component. All right, and we'll hope it helps, and I'll speak to you later.